Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday Night Live show here on Traveling with Tinkerbell. And tonight, guys, we have one of our guests here, our BDM, Miss Cassidy Davis. She is from MSC Cruises, and I'm going to bring her in so that you guys can get to know her. We're going to talk all sorts of stuff MSC. If you guys have any questions, please make sure you put them on the comments. On the side, and let me bring her on. She is one of my BFFs from MSC. Welcome in, Miss Cassidy. Thank you so much for being in our show today. And I'm actually, just so that you know, I'm actually wearing my holiday mode shirt today.
You're in holiday mode.
I am in holiday mode.
Jackie, I don't know if you could see me, but I was dancing to your theme music. That is a great little tune you got there.
You know, I gotta update it to add MSC in there now that I've been to World America. So I have to add her in there.
Yes, you do.
So definitely we gotta add MSC in my intro.
Okay.
Well, guys, this is Miss Cassidy. She is my business development manager over at MSC Cruises. She is the person that I actually go to whenever any of my clients have a little bit of a situation going on that we can just get resolved, that I will go to her. And she's been with the company for a little bit. We're going to be asking her some questions. So you guys going to get to know Miss Cassidy. And if you guys have any questions for her, just put them in the comments, because we're going to have a little time where we're going to answer some of your questions. And also, Miss Cassidy has a little surprise for you guys down the road. So keep an eye, because who knows what will come up down the road. So Cassidy, thank you so much for being here on the show. Hopefully you had a good day today.
I have. It has been a good day. It's been a good month, actually. May has flown by, but I'm really glad to be here, Jackie. I see your show every week, so nice to be here chatting with you.
It's weird, right? When you're over here on the show side.
It is.
And guys, for those of you that last Thursday, if you guys remember, I was still, you guys are still watching the MSC World vlogs. Last Thursday, when I was on the cliffhanger, Miss Cassidy was the one who actually recorded me while I was on the cliffhanger. So, thank you so much, Cassidy, for taking that little snippet for us.
Oh, I know you guys, Jackie was a trooper on cliffhanger. She was super brave and did not hesitate at all. So she was one of the first to do it.
Yeah. So thank you for being here on the show. So we're going to get the show started. Real quick, my first question to you is, what made you work for the cruise industry, specifically MSC Cruises?
Well, I feel like travel is such a unique industry in that it's something that we all need for our personal health, for mental health, to explore the world and meet new people. And to be able to do it as your day-to-day job feels like a huge blessing. MSC Cruises is a brand that is really growing. And when I got the opportunity to join this team as a business development manager, I really jumped at it because we're introducing our brand to the United States. We're growing so rapidly, and this is just a great time to be a part of the company, which is why I joined MSC.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, because I know that you guys, you have been with the company, like, not for a long period of time, but the time that she's been with MSC, she's learned a whole lot. And it's really cool when you connect with your business manager. And I always tell this to all my travel advisor friends, always connect, because that's the person that's going to help you the most when you're ever in need. Really quickly, I'm just going to say hello to everybody that's on the chat. Hello, Harlan. Welcome in. Escapades with Jeffy and Margot. Hello, Miss Margot. You probably know Margot Cassidy. She is from our Expedia Cruises.
Oh, hi, Margot.
So my next question, we're going to talk a little bit, and I know that the only ship that I've been is on MSC World America. And let's talk a little bit about specialty dining, because that's one of the things that I get asked a lot when people buy the cruises. It says also it's all foods are included. And when you hit them with the specialty dining, so what is that? So let's talk a little bit about specialty dining.
Yeah, it is a popular question. You're right, Jackie. So we have a wide array of dining that is complimentary, meaning it's at no additional cost to your cruise. But then we also have specialty dining. So specialty dining are any of our venues that have an additional cost to reserve or to dine at. And specialty dining is available on all of our ships that sail here from the US. And Jackie, this question is actually in good timing because we just revamped our specialty dining reservation process. So now our specialty dining, you can pre-reserve before you sail, and we revamped the packaging a little bit. So now there's a flat rate for every restaurant that you dine at, and it comes with like 3 different courses within that dining venue. So that was something that we got a request from our guests, and it's something that we've been able to revamp. We're revamping a bit more throughout the rest of the year, but pre-cruise, you can purchase specialty dining packages for just one venue. Maybe you really love the steakhouse and that's the one that you want to earmark. You can buy a 2 restaurant package, a 3 restaurant package, or a 4 restaurant package so that you can experience as many venues as you would like. And also, of course, you can purchase once you're on board. It is a little bit less costly when you purchase it before you cruise, but there's also the option to make reservations once you're on board.
You know, that's really good information. I'll be honest with you, because I did not know that about MSC. And I'm glad that I found out. So now I could tell my customers, look, if you guys want to buy packages on specialty dinings, you guys can do that. Really quickly, let me say hello to Hatbox. Thank you so much for being here. PCAT Venture, I think you know them, Ryan and Melinda. They are from Joyce Bonilla's team. Sapphire, thank you so much for being here. Sapphire is my daughter, Stephanie. Remember her? She went on World with me.
Hey, gang.
So let me ask you something, because I know that when I was on World, and you guys are going to hear me talk a lot about World America because that's the only ship that I've been. I actually enjoy a lot of the dining venues that you guys have on that ship. With Italy being one of my top on the list. And even though we only did like a tasting there that day, I'm looking forward to next year being on World America for a full ride. And that's one of the restaurants that I'm looking forward to eating the most. Because guys, according, when I tasted it, was really, really good Italian food. But I know that, it's not the same when you do the sit down and you actually taste a whole lot. Donnell, welcome in. What is your one of your favorite restaurants on the MSC brand?
So I love a good Tex-Mex type situation. So I love Hola Tacos and Cantina that we have. That one's across our fleet, that especially the ships that sail here. But to Jackie's point, Italy, the World America is the ship that has Italy at sea. It's not on any other ship in our fleet. So we're really excited to have been able to debut that with World America. There also is a sushi dining restaurant. For World America specifically, we added an additional complimentary venue, which is Luna Park Pizza and Burgers. I hate to toot our own horn, but we have some pizza at sea, and it's easy.
I agree with you.
Yes, our pizza is really great, and you can grab it from the buffet, but you can also on World America grab it from the World Galleria, and that venue makes it really easy to be able to do so.
Well, welcome in, Scotty J Travels. I will say, guys, because I know a lot of people that travel. Well, when this news came out, specifically the people that go to like Carnival, they said pizza was cut off until like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
I can say if you guys want pizza, MSC has the best pizza to me. I actually got to taste it. I couldn't get away from Deck 6, the pizza and burger stand. Those wings are phenomenal.
They are.
And they don't close at 2 o'clock in the morning either. So that's a great deal.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you got to try the wings.
Yes.
They were really good. So let me see. PK says here, I agree. I saw a live basil growing on the
Oh,
glass case right there at the restaurant. You know, if it's
good.
fresh and delicious when you are growing their own herbs. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. My next question is, what are some of your favorite? Because I know you've probably been on a couple MSC cruises.
Uh-huh.
Which one is kind of like the favorite one so far, and why?
This is a tough one. So I obviously, Jackie mentioned how long I've been at MSC, and it's coming up on a year in July. So the World America, I feel like, was a project or a ship that everyone around MSC, all of my colleagues were so excited about because this was MSC's first ship that has debuted from the US. We've been making our way in the North American market, but this one had a lot of special significance to a lot of people at MSC. So there's the sentimental reason and because the ship is beautiful for World America. But I also like the MSC Maravilla that sails
Oh,
right now from Brooklyn. I think it just has a really cool design. It's easy to get around. I love the LED, very similar to World America. It has an LED ceiling in the Galleria as you walk through. So I like the Maravilla. And then also, like I mentioned, World America, close to my heart.
yeah, that ship is beautiful. Like I said, I've never been on another one. That's the only one that I know. But man,
Yeah.
MSC did hit it right there on the nail with all of not only the venue, the ship is beautiful. It just has this beautiful look to it inside. And guys, if you have never been on an MSC, I suggest you try it. I have sold a lot of MSC after I got back. I think I even sold World Europa, which is crazy because I had some of my customers that went on the first sailing, and while they were on their first sailing, they booked Europa, and he's calling me. He goes, "I'm on the next one. I'm going to Europe."
Wow.
So, so
Nice.
it's been great. I will say I really enjoyed, and I like all the different types of cabins that you guys have.
Yeah.
But the one cabin that I was blown away, and the category that it is on, it is the kind of like what you guys have called. It's kind of like the infinity balcony
Hmm.
on celebrity or an icon that they have those types. You guys have it as a ocean view panorama view.
Yeah.
You don't understand, Cassidy. While you guys were doing all your other stuff, I actually went to the room. I took it all in, and then I left, and then I came back again
Hmm.
because I just couldn't believe it. I said, "This is an ocean view,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
You know,
pricing is great.
Jackie, it's so funny that you say that because I was just having a conversation with somebody specifically about that category and how popular it is and how everyone
Mhm.
feels almost exactly like you do in that some people are turning away, like, I don't want the balcony. I want the infinite ocean view because of the layout, because of the view that you get. Yes, that one is a really in demand category. So I agree.
Yeah.
That's one that we got right. Yes.
Yeah, you guys got that one super, like that one, because it's like you walk into the cabin, so you're walking in, you have your bed and all of that good stuff, and then it feels like you have two different sides of the cabin because you have the
Yeah.
one, the seating arrangement where you have another TV, which is crazy,
Yeah.
and then that area is all wooded floors, and then you have your floor to ceiling panoramic view. But then
Yeah.
it gives you a little extra that you hit that button and that window comes down and it becomes an actual balcony.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was blown away. I'm like, man, this is such a great. But I know that me, down the road, I want to try the yacht club.
Absolutely. You
I got to
should.
the yacht
Yes.
club, and let me tell you, I'm like, ooh,
Yes.
I need
Yes.
to go on the yacht club the next time around.
Yes. Yeah. Yacht Club, for those of you who may not know, Yacht Club is our ship within a ship experience. And MSC is actually the first brand to have debuted a ship within a ship experience, but it just comes with an extra level of
Mhm.
service. You get a private butler literally from the time that you enter the terminal that helps escort you and your luggage up to your stateroom, to your suite. You have private access to the yacht club area for the entirety of the sailing. And because you would be a yacht club guest, only you can get in there. There's private
Right.
pools, there's a private lounge, your own restaurant. Technically, you don't even have to leave the yacht club for the whole ship. Everything that you need is right there. There's
Right.
also a 24-hour concierge. So it's really a space that is focused on really great service. And it's
Right.
also a bit of a smaller space compared to the rest of the ship. So those guests are able to spread out and really enjoy themselves.
Right. And it's a really nice area. It's a couple of floors
It is.
put together. So it's really nice. So it's like you can go from one floor to another.
Mhm.
But one of the greatest parts that I actually enjoy about the World America is the Botanic Garden.
Yeah. Yes.
Crazy. I fell in love with that area. I felt that MSC really, they put everything together. Especially those jacuzzis, like it makes you feel like you're a little bit in the jungle.
It
And
does.
guys, like you don't even have to pay for the day beds there. It's all complimentary. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I couldn't even believe it. I even asked the question. I said,
Yes.
"Are these going to be out of charge?" They go, "No, they're going to be complimentary." It's just insane the amount of complimentary things that you can have on this ship.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because Cassidy's here. A lot of my customers that are pretty much here know that, when I sell the product, I sell it very well because I know, what's complimentary and what's not, especially that cliffhanger
Yeah.
for $5. That's a great deal.
It is. Yeah. It
It's a little scary. I'm not going to lie to you, but it was a great deal. Another question that I have for you, do you guys do like weddings or big types of celebrations on MSC?
We do. Yeah, that's a good question. We do weddings, we do birthday celebrations, we do quinceañeras. We also, so if you just have a group that's celebrating, maybe it's a family reunion or a girls' trip, or, maybe it's a social club that you're part of that all want to travel together. For the birthdays, for quinceañeras, for
Even better.
weddings, and vow renewals, we have specific packages that you can choose from. So you can modify the package as you would like. And then for groups, you'd work with Jackie, a travel. I forgot, but sidebar, by the way, Jackie is very well versed in MSC products. So I hope that you guys that use Jackie as your travel advisor know that you are absolutely working with one of the best. She knows MSC inside and out. So yes, so really all celebrations we can accommodate, and then there's some that we have built out packages for to help you make
Right.
sure that you celebrate really well. So yes.
Right. And like I said, Cassidy and I have been working together like for a whole year now. And even though that sometimes, you have situations that happen, we work together as a team, to make sure that the client always not only comes first, but we are servicing the proper way, especially when we do our groups. And I know with MSC being new to America, it's not new to Europe, but it's new to America. You just keep in mind that there's a lot of kinks and little quirks that are still being, fixed. But when World America came, I've heard so many, because you hear from your customer what they like and what they didn't like. But I actually, being in World America and especially hearing like all the big people in MSC when we had that speaker section, they actually heard you guys. And when they brought World America, if you are maybe iffy about going on an MSC, try World America. And I guarantee you, you're going to be like, wow, this is completely different. Because I feel that they actually grab all that information from the customers and everybody. They actually heard everybody. And that ship is great. I didn't have a problem with the food, with the service. I think for me, and it's not because, you're going in there for a couple of days, and I'm going to be going back to World America. And I feel that when I go back, it's probably going to be even better than the 4 days that we were there, because it felt like a flash, to be honest. And Ocean K is beautiful, by the way,
Yeah.
and I know you guys are building extra stuff on the side still. So that's going to be even better.
Yeah. Yeah. Ocean Key, I love Ocean Key. It's not in a lot of the photo here, but my background is a little bit of Ocean Key.
We were
I'm ready.
there.
Yes, this is as close as I can get this week, but it is a cool spot. Yes, for sure. And yeah, you're right, Jackie. We did announce that we are dredging another small island right off of Ocean Key, and it's going to be called Little Key.
Hmm.
And there's more to come on what we're gonna be using it for. But I'm excited to see Ocean Key expand. It's such a neat little island, and one piece of
Hmm.
feedback that we always get is Ocean Key. I feel like I was on my own private reserve for a full day, or if your itinerary overnights there, I got to stay overnight. So I think that's an aspect that a lot of people love about the
Yeah.
island, how
And
chill.
I agree completely with you there because when I got off the ship after doing the cliffhanger thing, I got off the ship and when I walked in, like I think there's a bar at one, towards kind of like towards where the lighthouse is, that area. I think
Yeah.
it's called the Coconut, I believe.
Okay. Yes.
I
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I
Yes.
completely agree with you because I felt that I was the only person there. Meanwhile, you had a hope because we were not the only ones. There were about 6,000 people with us.
Right.
But that whole area felt so like I was like I loved it because I felt like if I was just on the island on my own. And let me tell you, the seating. Well, you guys have seen the vlogs already on the Ocean Key part. The seating in that area is so cute. I really enjoyed it. They have all this like nice area, the shaded spaces that you have.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have the lighthouse, and then you have the party at night. It's just so much.
It
But
is.
I really enjoy also when I went to the private island, the areas where you dine, like for lunch.
Yes.
I
Oh,
loved it.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? We just actually expanded that. We opened a second area for World America specifically because she carries more guests than any of our other ships. So we wanted to make sure that the dining spaces could accommodate. So we built a little bit onto the dining, and we also expanded the yacht club area on the island. So yacht club privileges extend out onto the island. They have their own beach club, beach house, and we made that bigger again for World America because World America has a bigger yacht club than any other ship in the fleet. So we're constantly making improvements and adding things to the island that exactly like Jackie mentioned, as we get guest feedback that extends to the island too. So it's nice to
Right.
see it all coming together.
I'll be honest, I can't wait until I actually got to see the little key being built. So that was
Yeah.
kind of cool. And I actually have it on my blog. And I can't wait to one day go back and it's already all done. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually saw when they were actually had all the sand and everything.
Yeah.
And they have this really cool conservation area on there as well. So, and I actually featured that on this last vlog. So I actually put it out there. So just in case if anybody wanted to either donate or something like that. Guys, they're doing a really good thing out there for the ocean. Go check it out whenever you take a little time and go check it out. It was really cool. I like the presentation that they
Yeah.
had there. A
Yeah.
lot of information and a lot of stuff that we learn as well.
Yeah.
Um, my next question to you is, well, I know that there's a new ship coming
Mm-hmm.
to the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we could talk about it, right?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Yeah. This is a good week to talk about it.
I'll let you talk about it.
Okay, let me tell you guys. So, World Europa, World America started what we call our world class ships. And next year, another world class ship is going to debut. It's called the World Asia, and that one's going to start off doing Mediterranean sailings. But the year after that, 2027, which is what Jackie is alluding to, is the World Atlantic, which we naturally are very excited about because she's going to set sail right here from Florida, from Port Canaveral, which is so exciting to be able to have for those of you that are in or around Central Florida to have a world-class ship in our backyard. I personally can't wait. I live in the Orlando area, so I'm so happy to have a world-class ship that close to us. But we also just announced this week more ships coming, 2 more world-class ships that will set sail. They haven't announced where they will set sail from yet, but if anything that you take away about MSC right now, it's our growth and how we're expanding and adding even more product and port cities that we sail from for guests.
And with that being said, I'm going to make a huge announcement here because I have Cassidy next to me. She knows what I'm going to talk about. Traveling with Tinkerbell is going to have a group cruise on the first sailing on World Atlantic when she comes into Port Canaveral. We yet don't know the dates as to when. So as soon as Cassidy finds out, I will be finding out, and then we're going to do a big group, and we're going to sail on this baby, all of us together. So be on the lookout for those dates, because when I got off of work, I told Cassidy I'm doing a group cruise out of Orlando, and I want to do the first one out. So if you're looking to maybe doing your first inaugural cruise, please keep in mind 2027. I think it's going to be there sometime November, December, I think somewhere around there.
Yeah,
we don't yet have the actual dates, but those 2 months, maybe put a little sticker on your calendar and put it as a hold for now. Yes. Welcome in, Cruise Nuts. Oh, my husband Martin is here today. Hello, Mr. David. How are you? So that was one of the announcements that I've been telling you guys that I want to do, but I haven't told you. So now today's the proper day because we are talking to MSC. Yeah. And I told Cassidy, look, I want to do a group cruise on this ship. So we're excited about that one. One of my questions that I have for you is, do you have any fun facts about MSC Cruises that you would like to share with everybody here?
Yes, so I can tell you a little bit. Jackie actually alluded to my fun fact in sharing her shirt. So her shirt says holiday mode on. And if you're wondering, why MSC talks so much about holiday, it's because MSC as a brand was born in Europe. So Jackie mentioned that we have a very significant presence in Europe. We do. And in the last 10 years, we've been sailing from North America. But we are making an effort to blend kind of the two cultures together. You hear a lot about European style and American comfort. So obviously in Europe, they go on holiday instead of vacation, which is why we now say, let's holiday. It's a little, kind of a fun saying. So just some background on why MSC is holidaying.
Look who's here. Oh my God. Look who decided to join us today.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Thank you so much for being here. He said he wore his shirt yesterday. I think everybody has been on a holiday mode after everybody got off that ship.
Listen, I too am trying to get back on that ship, Jackie. I understand.
Well, you know what? You can come along next year in April.
Right.
You're probably going to be there before then. But I had a great time with you on World America. We had such a great time. And it was a lot of fun. I truly enjoy, not only the vibe, the people, the energy that the ship has to offer, especially on that deck 8, the promenade back of the ship. Yeah. They have all sorts of little circus acts and different things that go around. It's really cool. I'll be honest, it's really cool. So I had a good time.
I was so impressed with how much Jackie experienced during the inaugural. Like, she really checked off and got her full 3-4 days worth of MSC experiences. Every time that I would see her, she would say, oh, I just did this. I had a chance to do that. And Jackie, let me tell you, you are still the only person that I personally know that has sailed and has gotten into a very exclusive area on board our ships. I still get asked weekly, how do I make it happen? And I'm like, I guess you got to have a really great personality because
oh my God.
Give you tips, but
I don't know if I ever told you that story. We could talk about it here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really how it happened, guys. I was not personally invited. I didn't get the chip. We're talking about the speakeasy. That's what we're talking about. And yes, it does exist on MSC. And you're probably going to see it on there's a coming vlog that you guys are going to see that area. So this is what happened. I'm actually vlogging and I'm actually doing the ship tour. So I waited till it was really late at night, so less people on the area, so that I can showcase, so you can see more of the ship. Well, I'm inside of the telephone booth, and I'm videoing. They said pick up the phone call, so I'm picking up the call, and I'm videoing everything and doing everything that it says for you to do. Next thing you know, the door inside swings open. And I'm thinking, like, what just happened and where'd you come from? And he's like, oh, you're here for the speakeasy thing. But when I look back behind me, because you open the door to get in the phone booth, there's a line of people. I'm like, where these people come from? Because they weren't there. And then one of I forgot what his name is, but he is one of the person that helped build or do the engineering, whatever. He's like, girl, just come with us. And I was with my daughter, and I'm like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, come along. And we entered with Dove. And then the funny part is that we got lost trying to get into wherever the speakeasy, and I'm like worried to death because we had not left Miami yet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to throw us out this ship. We're in the crew area. What are we doing here? He doesn't even know where we're going. But finally, we got it together. We got to the place. And you're going to see all of this, how it transpired on the vlog. I just had a fun time. But when you walk in there, oh my God, it literally makes you, it feels like if you're in the back in the time. And it's like a different era. It's like back in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I just loved it. It was so cute. And then the next day I see Cassidy. How did you get there? And I'm like, look, I don't even know. It just happened.
It's a popular question, and I genuinely don't know the answer of how you get there. I hear often right place, right time. Clearly, Jackie was in the right place at the right time. So
I tell you, Cassidy, I wish you would have been there. I don't know if my daughter's still here, but we were there all on our own. There was like not even a single individual in that whole 6th floor. And I look back and I'm like, where does all these people come from? Like all of a sudden they were just there.
Yeah.
And then the door swing open and I'm like, okay, I guess we're coming in. But look at Margot. Margot says, I don't think that she sleeps.
I don't either, Margot. She was all over the place and she got it all done and captured. And yes.
Look, on the first night, I went to sleep like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got up by like 7. And then we went to Ocean Cay, did all of that, came back, finished half of the other ship on the top floors. So it was just work. But it was, you gotta kind of like time everything.
Yeah.
And to be able to grasp everything and to bring it out. I know that my ship tour was like an hour and change long, but instead I like to bring the people like the full kind of thing so you can see everything like and all of that. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'd be honest. I had a great time.
Great.
The only thing that I would say that I wish that I could have had more time and maybe tasted like what is it? Pacos is what it's called. The
Paxos,
Greek Paxos. Yeah. I wish I would have tasted Paxos. I did go to the Coffee Emporium and that Sweet Temptation place. You guys, oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. That's at a different level.
Yeah. Yeah. Jackie is talking about the World Promenade, which is the outdoor area right outside of the Galleria. Mm-hmm. And that area just in and of itself is like its own work of art out there. But we added some really cool shops and restaurants. Also, the sports bar is out there, which is another cool spot. And just the views from there are magnificent. Even at night, we do a light show with some of the lights that span the decks all the way up to like deck 20. There's the jaw drop slide that's in that area as well. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot packed into that space.
I'll be honest, those elevators on the promenade, phenomenal. Those will take you from the promenade all the way to the shark area. But a lot of people didn't even know that it will take you up there. You see people going inside and I'm like, what are you doing? Just take the elevator right here. But you know what? One thing that I did notice for those of you that are family with children, there was not many children on our ship because we were doing the first, like the promo kind of ship thing. But the Sweet Temptation, the little kids that were there loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were all over. It's so cute. You got like an air balloon kind of like sit up area. You got a little playground. But guys, even if you book an inside cabin, let's say on World, and you walk to the promenade eighth deck on the back of the ship, there's plenty of seating that you feel like you have a whole balcony area for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was my one of my favorite spots to go.
Yeah.
It was just really cool. The way that that area is so open and so airy. It's just really cool.
It is a good spot.
That area.
Jackie, I didn't mention the promenade also has another area for complimentary bites. So there's promenade bites that you can stop by and try out different items that we have there. But then also, if you take that elevator that Jackie mentioned up to the harbor, there's also harbor bites too.
Right.
So both of those have some options for some complimentary snacks throughout the day too.
Yeah, I went to the harbor. We tried out. I think my daughter tried out some corn dogs up there.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think she wanted to try it. I don't know if I didn't ask her if she liked them, but I guess she did. Guys, make sure if you want to ask something to Cassidy, just put it on the comments. Cassidy has a little announcement for you guys. I don't know what she's going to ask for this, so I'm going to leave it up to Miss Cassidy so that you guys can figure this one out.
How do you want me to do with this, Jackie?
Do you want to ask a question? You could ask a question. Maybe since we talk a lot about World, maybe we could ask a question about World.
Okay.
Let's see how much they heard.
Yeah. Can anyone name the stateroom type that Jackie said was her favorite on World America?
Ooh, the first one to name it. Ooh. And don't be looking up on Google.
No,
don't be looking it up on Google. Will you be sailing on the West Coast? The Infinite Ocean View. I don't think that's what it's called.
It is. They got it.
So PK got it? Who got it? The Panoramic Ocean View. Ocean View Panoramic.
Whoever said Infinite Ocean View, you got it right.
Yep, it's called the Infinite Ocean View on the World America.
Yes.
So PK, whenever you get a chance, text me. Since you got do you have Cassidy's information? If you do, because you do work with Cassidy as well, just shoot her an email, let her know. So that way she can send you a little something your way.
Can I, if I put my email address here in the chat, will it go to
you? Should be able to.
Okay. Someone asked about will we sail from the West Coast. So next year we are slowly expanding west. Right now we only sail from the East Coast, but later this year we are super excited. Yeehaw! We'll be sailing from Galveston, Texas. Yeah, in November we'll be sailing from Galveston. But to your West Coast question, next year we will start sailing from Seattle to go to Alaska on the MSC Poesia. So it's slowly happening. We're working our way west. We haven't gotten to the California ports yet, but we are growing and expanding there.
So especially with all those new ships coming down the road.
Yes.
Oh, look, Margot says, yay, I'm in Alaska. I need you guys here.
Margot, look out for the Poesia. We are excited about having that there.
That's going to be kind of weird because, we've never booked MSC in Alaska. So it's going to be kind of cool to book those cruises up there. Yeah. And even though, if you're going to do like a little party, like a little family reunion or something, you can always do little groups. Yeah. As long as you have 8 or more cabins, you can do a group on MSC and save you guys some money, get some onboard credit.
Yes. Agreed.
So yeah, that way we all is a win-win for everybody. Any other questions you guys might have for Cassidy tonight? Because if not, we're going to be continuing talking about all sorts of different things and we can answer some of your questions. Let me see. There's one here. What will be the number one thing you would recommend Mel and I experience when we cruise on the World America in November?
I think, PK, I think the harbor specifically that area is pretty unique
Mm-hmm.
to World America. So Jackie mentioned that she did the cliffhanger ride. So even if you're not a thrill seeker up there, we have an area called the Sportsplex. So that area is multi-purpose. It has bumper cars. It has a basketball court. It can be converted into a pickleball court. And I even learned just a couple of weeks ago that it also converts into a roller skating rink. So you can rent roller skates and skate up there.
Mm-hmm.
We also, for World America specifically, a lot of the programming that you see on the ship was made with the American market in mind. So we added Dirty Dancing. This is the only ship on the fleet that has Dirty Dancing in the theaters.
Right.
Queen Symphonic, which is a really cool kind of interactive rock show. And this is also the only ship in the fleet that has its own dedicated comedy club. So it's a comedy club on most evenings, and then it also has dueling pianos there too. So also Masters of the Sea, the brewery slash pub, is
Mm-hmm.
very popular. It's a very popular spot. I think the World Galleria PK, that deck 678,
Oh
has a
my
lot
God.
that's packed in there, a lot that's new to MSC. So I'm sure that as you sail, you'll start to get familiar with those throughout the week as you sail. But those are just a few.
Right. Especially that chocolate store. Oh,
Yes, chocolate shop is
ooh, that hot chocolate was so good.
yeah, yeah, it is.
It was great. So we actually brought chocolate home from MSC World, and I still got one more that I have to try.
No.
I'm trying to expand it.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing about good things that you find on the ship. You gotta
I
save
know.
them for later.
I know. I have to figure out who's going on World next time so I can say, hey, can you get me this stuff?
Yeah,
Somebody had asked, what was your favorite MSC ship? But she did say it. It was the Meraviglia out of Brooklyn,
yeah,
and obviously the World America. Let me see. Carnival Cruise Line was the first cruise line to have dedicated comedy club, first to have brewery on board.
yeah.
Okay.
There are other brands that do that too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know there's so much to do, and we just scratched the surface. Yep.
You're right.
Trust me. I don't think I always said it when you're on those bigger ships, 7 days is not enough time to gather, everything and to take the ship all in. I think maybe 2 weeks because you just want to enjoy every place. But if you go around, you obviously you get to see the ship in 1 week, but not to
Yeah,
like really enjoy it the way it's supposed to be meant to be enjoyed.
yeah, agree.
But I tell you, when I go back, I want to go to Italy. I want to try Ola and definitely the steakhouse.
Yeah.
Those are my on my three list.
Do you like sushi, Jackie?
I do, but I can't eat any fish or anything like that.
Okay.
So I used to eat it before all of my craziness happened.
Yeah.
Um,
We also have
martinis,
a teppanyaki spot too. So if you want the teppanyaki spot where you sit and the chefs kind of entertain as they prepare your meals, we have that available on World America and also on the seashore. So the seashore sails from Port Canaveral, also on the Seascape from Miami. So there's some
okay.
options there.
A question: what is her favorite area on the ship?
My favorite, the World Promenade is just like it's almost breathtaking as you walk out and you just see how expansive it is to look up 11 stories, even and as you walk further back and see the amazing view that you just have of the horizon is very cool. But if I had to name an inside spot, so I love the vibe of the Fizz Champagne Lounge. So the colors that are in the lounge are kind of similar to what I have inside my house. There's teal, there's gold. It's just a little classy feel. So I like Fizz.
Yeah, I actually went there because we had that big meeting there in that
Yeah,
area. So that was really, really cool.
yeah,
I do agree with you when it comes about the promenade area. That's the one that takes your breath away, truly.
it does. Yeah,
But one cool thing that I truly enjoy about that ship is when you go all the way to the top and you get to walk on that lip on the back,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
look down on
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you can see everybody down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. That is a nice view. You're right about that.
And I think that that's one of the best views on the ship, because when you turn around, you can see the shark, you can see it all
Yes.
from
Yes.
up there. So it's really, really cool. So
It
it's
is.
amazing. And it's kind of crazy when you look at the ship. When I got off World American, I actually got to see her from a different distance, and you see that shark. It feels like the shark jumped out the water and it's just there. So
It's
it's really
big.
cool. Yeah, that thing is huge for real.
It is.
So now that we have, the world Atlantic, and I know we have the one going to Asia and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
do you think that eventually, maybe possibly, MSC might be branching out to river cruising as well?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
guess
because
it's
we
all.
have one out there that decided that they're going to branch out. So I said,
Yeah.
maybe they decide, they might want to branch out, because even though they
Yeah.
got their Explorer brand, because they do have that.
Yeah. Our
Um,
sisters. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
that would
could
be cool. They haven't
maybe.
told us if that would be happening, but it would be cool to have a river line too.
I think that'll be really cool. I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Explorer ships. I actually got to see one, and that was in Curacao, and I actually got to see it live, like in front of me. And it's a beautiful ship. It's not like a big cruise like what we're used to. It's
Yeah.
much more smaller. The price is a little bit more on the expense side, but I know one of my friends that live here at Ybor, he actually went and he loved it. He loved the ship.
Yeah.
I think he was on Explorer 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Or two. Yeah.
But he said that he loved it, and it was just great. It's a little bit more pricey, but if that's something that maybe you want to do for a honeymoon, or maybe like something, or maybe you want to renew your vows and go there as a celebration, I think that that would be great to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. We're going on our first MSC ship in November
Ooh,
2025 from Galveston
Galveston. Look at
on the
that.
Sea Escape. That Sea Escape is beautiful.
It is. It is. And if you're going in November, you'll be one of the first sailing from Galveston. So
Yeah.
good for you, Tracy.
Yeah, you'll be having a great time. Sea Escape is really nice.
It is.
I actually got to see her. I've never been on her, but I actually got to see her on port,
Yeah.
and she's beautiful. And I
Beautiful.
actually have her on my celebration vlogs that are coming in after World America. And you're gonna see where I passed by her, and I said, "Oh, this is the MSC Seascape." I like going to Miami because when you're on a ship, you get to debut all the other different ships out there.
You really do. It's a busy port. You're right.
It's like a little, like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to do like a little how do you call it? A catwalk, but like a cruise walk on here. It's amazing. Yesterday I was watching, and I've never seen it that way, but they had a drone that was flying on the Miami port,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see how they dredged that port to fit those ships, because you could see how deep it gets in the middle and how clear it's on the side. But when you're on the ship, you don't see that. You're
You
just,
don't.
you're going around.
Yeah, you don't. And the engineering around just the cruise industry is like blows my mind altogether. So yes, you're
Especially,
right.
I do have to give kudos to the captains out there
Yeah,
to maneuver those big ships. Because let me be, I be probably hitting every port out there.
yeah.
Because the way that they maneuver and they
They-
circle around and back it all up, and put
Right.
it to the side, whatever it is, I just like. And I know it's all technology, and it's probably like super easy now compared to probably what it used to be back in the time.
Yeah,
But it's just amazing how flawlessly they make it seem that, oh, anybody can park a big cruise ship.
yes.
So it's kind of crazy. Any other questions for Miss Cassidy today?
Jackie, you mentioned, speaking of the Miami terminal. So when the World America debuted, we also debuted our brand new terminal from Port Miami. And it is massive, and it's built with technology in mind. It's a sustainable building. If you've ever been in Miami and you've had to, Miami, the port, you have to park across the street and kind of drag your luggage across the street where there's traffic. But at our port, we have the parking garage and the terminal on the same side of the street. And it's a really easy breeze through with the technology and facial recognition that we have there. So we were really excited to debut that port too, along with the new ship.
Yeah, that terminal is amazing. Now
Yeah.
that you mentioned the terminal, I remember one of the cool things that I like about that terminal. One of the things that I like about that terminal was the fact that it has all of the different, how do you say it? It was on the floor. They have like the different, not the, is it the horoscope signs all over the floor with
Oh,
the
I know you.
different I don't know if it's a constellation or something like that,
Maybe a constellation because
or the
that.
maritime something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a good eye. I need to go to look at that next time I'm there.
Yeah, because once you check it, oh well, let's talk about the check-in process,
Yes,
guys. Let's
yes.
let's go back. Let's talk about the check-in process first, and then we get to the Zodiac thing that Escapades with Jeffy said. Guys, oh my God. So simple. You park your car on the garage. You go on the elevator, boom, you're there. You go in straight through. There's a little machine that looks at you. You insert your passport. You take a picture and it gives you the little green thing and it opens the little door and boom, out there you are. It was seamless from car to the point that we got on the ship, 10 minutes flat. Crazy.
Yeah.
And mind you, there was about 6,000 people there. And it was just flawless. I was blown away by that technology. And
Yeah.
coming out, it was the same situation coming out. So it was great. So make sure you have your passport, all your information handy, because there is a person there, but there's not a person there because they want you to do all through the system. And it's just super fast, 1, 2, 3, and boom, you're in on the ship. And then when you're walking, once you get done and you're walking, that's when you get all those zodiac signs or constellations, whatever they are,
Yeah.
on the floor. I video a couple of them, and I was like looking at the different things, and it was funny because we had one of the butlers was in front of me. Go, oh, we're in the yacht club. The butler's right here, and then I'm like, I'm just kidding, guys. But it was just a lot of fun to take in how beautiful that terminal is. And mind you, we didn't even get to see much from it because we kind of came in, went through it, and then you're on the ship. But
Yeah.
when you get a chance and you get a little bit of time to actually be able to get on there and see it all, it's just very beautiful, and it's massive. So it's a lot of space. A lot of great seating. You do have, I did see that you have a lot of connections for your cell phone because, people got to live with their phones nowadays. So,
Got to charge. Yes.
the charge, you got areas where you can put your laptop if you want to do that while you wait. But I don't know. I will have to see how it feels with passengers, and I guess maybe at the beginning when, because, people on and I could understand why on embarkation day, you see that it says, oh, 10:30. People are there at 8:00.
People are ready. They're in holiday mode.
But on the last day, you got to drag them out.
This is true. That's always the hardest part.
I'll tell you something, Cassidy. I don't know if you were still awake. We were in Miami that day before we left. And it was like 3 something in the morning. I don't know if it was the captain or somebody. They were asking for certain people to get off the ship.
Oh, yes, I do remember this.
And then I'm thinking, did that last person, did they find them? Did they let them go? Because after a while we left, and I was telling my daughter, I wonder if they found the person or we just took them with us.
Yeah, you're right. There were a few that didn't want to leave. I can't blame them. It was a nice trip.
We had a great time, and I just wanted to say thank you, Cassidy, for the opportunity, you and MSC for the opportunity that I had to actually be able to go on World America. I had such a great time, and I'm truly looking forward to not only going back in April of next year, but actually doing my group cruise on the World Atlantic.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be fabulous. I can't wait to see what Miss Atlantic has to offer when she debuts in Port Canaveral. That's going to be a really amazing time for the United States, especially the Port Canaveral that's going to have one. And guys, don't worry in Galveston, because I guess eventually you're probably going to get, one of the world-class ships down there eventually one day. So at least you guys got Seascape. So hey,
I
that's a
know.
beautiful ship on its own. So Tracy, you're gonna love Seascape. Hopefully you're gonna get at that. What is that called? The arm thing where you the robot arm?
Oh, the Robotron. Yeah.
So maybe I'll see you and Cruise Nuts and Mike on that robot arm thing with your camera. But I had a great time on World. Cassidy, thank you. I did a tour on Sea Escape. Oh, okay. Did you like it, David? Yeah, thank you so much, Cassidy, for being here with us today. I don't know if you want to add anything else before we let you go.
You know what, Jackie? I'm feeling generous, and I want to give away. I have one more to give away, and I didn't tell you guys what the first one was. So this is a collector's edition MSC Stanley Cup. So that is what the prize is. My last trivia question is, what is the name of the world-class ship that Jackie is going to take a group space out on?
Ooh, what would it be? I can see escapades with Jeffy. Which one is it? Which one is it? Let me put it out there first. Ooh, nobody.
Ooh.
If I don't get this one right, look at Martine. Martine is like World Atlantic. He's like, look at Donnell. Look at everybody. That is correct. That's the World Atlantic. We're all going. Everybody that's here, we're all going on the World Atlantic. It's going to be just fabulous. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see that girl come in and debut. I was like excited when I went on World America. I was like a little kid inside of a brand new ship. I'm like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Where do I go? I want to see it all.
Right.
And I got to see it all. I felt bad. I'm gonna apologize to Cassidy because I told Cassidy, I said, Cassidy, can you do me a favor and film me on the cliffhanger? And then everybody, right after I'm done, everybody wanted her to. I'm like, oh my God.
I felt bad because I had to leave for a meeting right after that, and I had to tell some people that I couldn't. So it was okay. And so Escapades with Jeff got the World Atlantic question first. Aww. Congratulations, Jeff. And you said, will they build a new terminal in Port Canaveral? Right now, there is not a plan for Port Canaveral, but the Galveston ship, we are building a brand new terminal for, and it will be one of the only terminals in Galveston that has an attached parking garage. So you don't have to park in like a third-party garage. But haven't heard anything about one for Port Canaveral, Jeff, but we'll let you know for sure.
Look at my BFF Donnell. She goes, I was typing too fast and I misspelled it.
I'm sorry, Donnell.
Well, Cassidy, thank you so much for being part of our show today. Guys, I hope you guys like this information and enjoy Cassidy on our show today. So thank you so much. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah. And toodaloo for now.
Thank you, Jackie. Bye, everybody.
Cassidy. Bye.